At some point, you have to stop proving you're strong and start proving you matter. Women are some of the toughest, most capable humans on the planet, not by accident, but because they've already proven something incredibly important to themselves. There is nothing they can't do and nothing they won't do for the people they love. They show up no matter what. They push through exhaustion. They figure it out when there is no clear path. That's where their strength is built. But here's where it gets hard, because the same woman who will do anything for everyone else struggles to do the same for herself. And that becomes the hardest thing she will ever learn, to give herself the same level of care, effort, and commitment that she gives so freely to everyone else. Because somehow, even with all that strength, she still ends up last. Last on her own priority list, last to be taken care of, last to be fueled, rested, and supported. Not because she's weak, but because she's become too good at handling everything, too reliable, too adaptable, too willing to carry it all. So life keeps handing her more, and she keeps proving, I can handle it. But here's the truth that changes everything. Just because you can handle it doesn't mean you should keep accepting it, because over time, that strength gets misused, not by everyone else, but by you. You start justifying it. I'll take care of myself later. This season is just busy. Everyone needs me right now. And it sounds responsible. It sounds selfless. But what it actually is self-abandonment with a really good excuse. And it shows up everywhere, in your body, running on empty, feeling off, not recognizing yourself, in your habits, starting and stopping, knowing what to do but not following through, in your standards, lowering them just enough to keep everything else running. Not because you don't care, but because you've trained yourself to believe that you come after everything else. And here's the shift. The strongest women don't need more discipline. They don't need another plan. They need to stop proving how much they can carry and start deciding what they no longer will. Because strength isn't just endurance, it's standards. It's the ability to say, this matters, my health matters, my time matters, my energy matters, and then backing that up with action, not explanation. Because explanation keeps you stuck. Explaining why you didn't train, explaining why you didn't eat well, explaining why this week didn't work again. When everything has a reason, nothing has a standard. And without a standard, everything becomes negotiable. And the longer you negotiate your standards, the longer you stay stuck. That's not a motivation problem. That's a decision you keep delaying. And this is exactly what a high-level coach helps you do. Not just give you a plan, not just hold you accountable, but help you see where you've been negotiating, where you've been explaining, where you've been placing yourself last, and then to help you build standards you actually live by. Because information isn't the problem, implementation is. And implementation only happens when the standard is non-negotiable. The shift happens when the question changes from how do I make this work to what does a woman who respects herself do in this situation? She doesn't overthink it. She doesn't wait for the perfect timing. She doesn't abandon herself when life gets heavy. She adjusts, but she still follows through. And not everyone is ready for that, because once you stop negotiating, you stop being available for a lot of things. Low standards, excuses, situations where you're undervalued. And that includes how you approach your health and even who you allow to guide you. Because anything that has to be chased, discounted, or constantly explained isn't truly valued. And when something isn't valued, it doesn't get effort, it doesn't get consistency, and it doesn't get results. That's just how it works. The women who change aren't the strongest, and they aren't the most motivated. They're the ones who decided, I'm no longer last in my own life. And from there, everything gets clearer. Decisions get easier, boundaries get stronger. Consistency becomes natural. Because it's no longer about trying, it's about who you are. So if you've proven you'll do anything for the people you love, the real question is, when do you decide to do that for yourself? Because once you do, everything changes. And if you're ready for that level, you already know.